Good afternoon. Welcome to my daily Facebook Live. My name is Barry Selby. This is Messages from the Masculine number 182. And it's about getting what you want, and I'll explain more in a second. But as usual, I'll introduce myself first, saying my name, what I'm about. I am a passionate champion for the divine feminine, a relationship attraction expert, speaker, and best-selling author. I help strong, successful women find balance in love, life, and business. And in the area of getting what you want, in this topic, it's actually an inside job. Yes, it's an inside job. So, let me put some framing on this. The conversation that I guess I've had, either an inside conversation or I've been listening to some bad audios about people lying to get what they want, breaking the rules. Well, let me spin it on the whole sexual harassment thing, since it's up on the discussion right now. There's a distinct underlying theme that I would say best, that, sorry, I'm trying to get this download cleanly, it's not coming through clear, so bear with me for a second. If you've watched my previous broadcasts, by the way, which I've done a lot of these, hence it's number 182, a lot of stuff is downloads, it comes through, and I'm feeling something dropping in, and I'm attempting to frame it, but it's not coming through yet clearly. So let me just frame it, let me start again with a pre-frame, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I'm talking about how to get what you want. And I believe that a lot of what's been happening with the sexual harassment issues that have been going on in the media and in the news is there are people who were trying to get something and were very unclean on how they did it. Okay, it's going to come through that way. I just wait to see how it came through. It's like it was just rotating and went click. Okay. A lot of people, let me frame it a different way. In the context of men harassing women, a lot of it is wanting to be acknowledged. As simple as it sounds, some of these heinous behaviors, some of these abusive, negative behaviors are so the person can be acknowledged. That's kind of the intention behind it. And in the Me Too conversation about harassment and sexual abuse and things like that, and seriously painful stuff, to look at it from the lens perspective of seeing both parties involved, and to know and to recognize the victimhood that's going on, but to speak from the place of the victimizer, or the abuser, or the tyrant, or the person running the show. The piece of it I want to speak to is that for many of these individuals, as dysfunctional and as convoluted as it is, they're seeking acknowledgement, recognition, and probably not even trying to go for something they want. They're just doing it out of a really clumsy place. And the unfortunate part is their lack of awareness is hurting other people. So the sexual harassment conversation from this perspective, and I'm giving you a different one for a change, is a place where a lot of people are wired incorrectly, perhaps. Not to give them excuses, not to shift the blame or take it off of who they are. I'm attempting to get this out clearly, so bear with me. There's a distinct realization for many people. The distinct realization I'm having about people who are doing sexual harassment, that it's driven from a very, I want to say innocent's the wrong word, but a very young place that doesn't know how to ask what it wants. So when I'm talking about this topic about getting what you want, I'm attempting to put out some ideas about how you get what you want first of all from inside. Hang on. I've been coughing a lot today. There's dust in the air for one thing. So let me put this in sequence, because it's coming through like in blocks. I'm trying to break it down. It's in there somewhere. I'm getting to it, so bear with me. The understanding I have and realizing I'm getting to the fact is that we have a challenge. Excuse me again. Let's try this one clearly. Didn't bring my water with me, so I have to choke through it without. Okay. I'm trying to think clearly whilst I'm trying to clear my throat at the same time. So excuse me. Okay. It's apparently choking me as it's trying to come out. Let's see where it comes. getting what you want starts with what's inside. Yes. Secondly, thank you, Judy. I'm actually doing okay. I just got something caught in my throat. I'm fine. And as I speak more, I'm noticing my throat's clearing up again, which is good. So, getting what you want starts with what starts with the inside. We are attached by wiring to look for solutions out there. When one of the pieces, only one of the pieces, of why I believe sexual harassment has been happening is because people who are harassing are wanting to be acknowledged, but they are absolutely effed up in how they're doing it. Now, for somebody that may go, whoa, that's not true, it's not right, like, trust me on this one. It's not just to do... Say, yes, okay, here we go. I was waiting for a piece to drop in. The scenario where the guys in the building site are wolf whistling at the girl walking by. Half of the men doing that are doing it to be equal to the other men. They're not doing it about her, they're doing it because they have to fit in. And a large part of the programming is set up where they will attempt to be acknowledged by the group, accepted by the group, by acting like the group, even though their natural instinct's not to do it. So there's a lot of sexual harassment out there in the group setting is driven by the need to fit in. I witnessed this recently watching a bunch of guys standing around talking about a woman that went by, and part of me wanted to join in the group and be not negative, but be sexually explicit about how cute she was and what they wanted to do. And part of me was going, it was abhorrent to me to think it, but I realized that in part of me there's got this programming running that the desire to fit in overrides the desire to be decent. I'm realizing I'm going way outside the framework of what I plan on talking about, but that's what's coming up for me. So I'm just to speak to this, is that there's a distinct awareness I'm getting about how the sexual harassment model, which I'm just using as a frame at this point, is driven by a desire to fit in as part of the crowd. Now, where the individuals are doing sexual harassment in places of leadership, that's a power play, first of all. Secondly, they're not doing it to... How to say this? They're doing it because they are yearning to feel valued for what they are. So they're doing a power play as a means of control. But I think a large part of what's going on with these particular individuals is what they want to really get is acceptance, but they don't accept themselves. So they're basically putting out their crap on other people to make them upset so they can feel validated by what they did. It's almost like someone hurting themselves to know they're awake. But in this case, they're putting hurt on other people to know they're awake. So that's a different topic than I plan on doing. So I'm going to put that on the side for a second. Let's get back to getting what you want. It starts inside. Most of us are on the belief system that if we want something, we need to go get it, or we need to get someone to get it for us, or we need to go get it from somebody. Getting what you really want, the real stuff, starts inside. So the true framing of this, and I'll come back to the sexual harassment piece in a moment, I feel I will be, is that what it is that you're really seeking and searching for is starting in here, not out there. And the challenge is that most of us are trained to go looking at there first. So if we want love, we go looking at it for somebody else. We want acknowledgement, we want someone else to acknowledge us. We want to feel valued, we'll go out and find someone else to value us. Sometimes at their expense. The truth also is that getting it from out there is only temporary. When you fill it from inside, when you love yourself, acknowledge yourself, build your own self-confidence, approve of yourself, which is what many people don't do, that's long-lasting. If you imagine that, for example, self-generated self-approval, self-love, self-acceptance, self-acknowledgement is a heavyweight oil, whereas the equivalent things from other people is a lightweight oil. The thing is, the lightweight oil gets washed away easily. The heavyweight oil doesn't. And so the recognition, or the understanding of what I'm trying to explain to you, is that when you do acknowledge yourself, so when you want to get what you want, which is in terms of feeling, qualities, appreciations, and acceptance, it all starts inside. So many people are wired that they will only feel valued when other people value them. They'll only feel approved when other people approve of them. They'll only feel accepted when other people accept them. It's backwards. And so when you're putting your needs out there versus in here, first of all, you'd actually be a victim of everybody else who does or doesn't do that for you. Because if they don't give you what you want, you're a victim of that, and you'll react to that accordingly. Which comes back to the sexual harassment piece. When people learn how to love themselves first, when people learn how to accept themselves first, when people learn how to approve of themselves first, it will change the way we live in a relationship with each other. If you're in a romantic relationship in that context, this sense of getting what you want starts with realizing what it is you're actually asking for. And can you provide it for yourself? Now, when it comes to sexual stuff, then you want to work with a partner, ideally, unless you like masturbating. It's a choice. But what I'm talking about more is the feeling of appreciation, love, and acceptance. Generate from inside. Fill yourself up from within. And then when you are in partnership, then you can ask for it from your partner, but it's additive to who you are, not filling a gap you think you have. And then you don't put the demands on them. And also you don't create codependence. These are big lessons, by the way. This is what I want to start with, yeah. Thank you for addressing the complexity of all the... I don't have my glasses on. that come... Sorry. The harassment, yeah. Thank you, McCall. I didn't put my glasses on, so I'm like trying to read this, and I'm realizing I can't read that smaller type at this point, so I'll read it afterwards. But thank you for your acknowledgement. I appreciate it. I'm realizing when it gets darker, my eyes need more support to see clearly, focusing at least this point, and I'm working on changing that. I think that was it. Factors. Yes, in the context of what you said. Yeah, we have... So, yeah, sorry, the fundamental shame you mentioned about this, fundamental shame men have for wanting anything that shames men again. This is the thing, that it's an interesting duality. There are men like you and I who have more self-awareness, where we're not willing necessarily to ask for the things we want directly. Then there are the ones who don't have a clue who they are, asking for things that they want on a very base level that is upsetting the women. And so there's these two different conversations going on. I'm answering this question. I'm just putting it out there as a statement. I'm aware there's just a duality, a difference here. For myself, as I mentioned about how it is, I've been spending my time, because I have been single for the last 10 years, and only dated briefly, I'm still spending a lot of time in my own self-support, self-approval, and self-acknowledgement, so that I don't feel the need to go seek it from somebody else. Admittedly, when I do my Facebook Lives, I do like see people watching it and like seeing the numbers go up, but that's more just to making sure that my message is reaching people. Okay, there's a little bit of there's also a bit of appreciation in there going, they like me, they really like me, maybe. but the truth be told, it's more about wanting to share. And so I invite you, especially if you're single, to put the energy and put the focus back in here, inside yourself, to really get what you want from you. To love yourself, appreciate yourself, acknowledge yourself, and support yourself. Because when you meet a relationship partner, you don't want to dump all your agenda on their doorstep, because it will drive them away. Ever done that before? It starts with you appreciating who you are, and loving and acknowledging who you are, and loving the person you are now and always. That's a whole other conversation. I've done that one before. I think that's it. I was waiting for it to come through. So back to the first part, by the way, just the sexual harassment piece. If you're watching midway through, I did talk about it at the beginning, and if you're watching from the beginning, I hope you stay to the end. It was two different conversations, contexts, but it's under the same umbrella, which is realizing that what a lot of people do, to extremes in that case, is look out there for what they want and not value themselves. So a lot of the sexual harassers, I believe, out there have been trained erroneously to seek acknowledgement, love, and appreciation from them out there than from who they are inside. And it's that emptiness inside that is the hole they never fill. They've got to fill it themselves. And that's a recommendation. If you've got any gaps inside yourself where you don't feel full, whole, and complete, your job is to fill it up, not somebody else's. And that ties it up in a knot, a little bow. Thank you for watching my broadcast. This is my daily Facebook Live, number 182. Yes, they're building. I'm going for 200. Maybe we'll go to 300. We'll see. Appreciate you being here. Thanks for watching. If you want to find out more about my work, or you want to watch these broadcasts, the archives are stored on my website, which is barryselby.com. Go to the video blog. If you need help, there's a place there to click on Let's Chat. And I think that's it. Thank you for watching my broadcast. I will be back in tomorrow. I invite you to take care of yourself and to start looking in the mirror more at who you are and what you deserve and desire, and fill in yourself where you feel like you're lacking, because you can do that. And if you have any questions, put some comments below. I'll respond to them later on. And if you want some help, you can reach out to me. I'm here for you. Take care.